One of my favorite games of 2006 has to be Doom on the PS4. It was a day one purchase for me, which is kind of strange because a lot of third-party games I don't purchase on day one, but Doom just looked so awesome and it looked like so much fun, and I had an absolute blast playing it on the PS4. Then of course Doom came to the Nintendo Switch in 2007 and I had to have it again. It was so much fun to play through that game again, the single player campaign, the online aspect of the game. It was fast, it was fluid, it was crazy. It was just such a great game, and I was really looking forward to what they were going to do next with the Doom franchise. Well, during E3 2018, one of my biggest announcements was during the Bethesda press conference when they said that Doom Eternal was the next game in the Doom franchise. They teased it a little bit and I was like, yo, I need some more information on this game. I'm really looking forward to it. Well, QuakeCon 2018 is currently underway right now in Texas, and a lot of people were expecting there to be some Doom Eternal stuff there. Maybe an announcement, maybe some details about the gameplay, but they really lifted the veil on this game. They showed gameplay, they talked about platforms it's coming to, and holy shit does this game look good. This game might be one of the best first-person shooters of all time. So in this video, we're going to talk about Doom Eternal. We're going to talk about what platforms it's coming to, what they've added to the game, and why it looks so damn good. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the Doom Eternal gameplay.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
Alright, so obviously the biggest announcement for Doom Eternal was what platforms it was going to come to. A lot of people were hoping that it would come to all platforms, including the Nintendo Switch, since Panic Button did such a good job with the original Doom on the Nintendo Switch. Well, it was confirmed by Bethesda that this game will be available on the PS4, on the Xbox One, on Steam, and yes, on the Nintendo Switch, and it looks like Panic Button will be doing the port for this game. So hopefully Doom Eternal will release on all platforms at the same time. This may have to be a double dip game for me. Obviously, I want the high graphical fidelity because this game looks so good and it looks so smooth, but I will also want the portability aspect of it, so I might have to pick it up for my PS4 and for my Nintendo Switch so that I can play it at home and play it on the go. Unless they do some sort of cross-platform save feature with the Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch, since Xbox and Nintendo seem to be playing nice with each other, then I would probably pick it up on the Xbox One. If you're listening, Bethesda and id Software, you might want to include that. I think some people would be really interested in that aspect. But of course we have to talk about what Doom Eternal is all about, and I think one of the biggest things about the Doom Eternal gameplay that we saw today was simply the setting of the game. Doom games usually take place on Mars or on a foreign planet to us, but Doom Eternal looks like it's going to have a lot of elements of Doom on Earth, and there's going to be, you know, more realistic settings, more realistic environments and things like that. Obviously a bit in the future, as the enemies and stuff and the weaponry is definitely very high-tech stuff, but it looks like they're going to be doing some earthly elements to the game, and I think that's really cool. Bethesda said that they want to create like a Doom universe, not so much just levels that you play on, but an actual universe for the game. There's still going to be some sci-fi elements, you're still going to go to other planets and stuff like that, but I think the Hell on Earth aspect is actually really cool. I really hope that they use some elements that are actual, you know, real world environments, because obviously planet Earth has so many interesting places to go to and interesting locales and interesting structures and things like that. I think it would be really cool to see a lot of earthly stuff in this game. But of course it all boils down to the gameplay of Doom Eternal, and it looks like they're really going above and beyond expectations when it comes to the Doom franchise. I think this looks so much better than the original Doom on the PS4 and the Switch, and that's saying a lot because that's one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. One of the cool things they've added in is a shotgun grappling hook. They really beefed up the shotgun in this game, and now they've added a grappling hook mechanic where you can attach to your enemies and sort of, you know, gravitate towards them, even flying enemies, which I think is really interesting and is really going to cause some chaotic situations. I'm really curious to see if you could do it with environmental things as well, and to sort of traverse through the levels and whatnot, but I think the shotgun grappling hook is really cool. The Doomslayer is more powerful than ever. They are promising more weapons, more upgrades, more chaos, more fun, more destruction, and that is very cool because Doomslayer, of course, is the main character of the game, the unnamed Marine who's going out there and kicking ass and getting rid of these demons in these environments. So I'm curious to see how they really revamp him and really how they vamp him up and how strong you can actually get with the Doomslayer. They also added in something really cool with destructible demons. There's real-time damage on the demons, so if you shoot off a leg, they'll lose their their leg, but they will still be alive until you kill them. So I think that could lead to some really interesting situations. I'm really looking forward to the bigger characters, like the boss characters and stuff. Obviously, that's going to leak into the boss characters and lead into these, you know, crazy boss battles that you have within Doom. And the fact that they were now destructible really opens up the realm of possibilities of what you can do and how crazy these battles can obviously get. There's a brand new mode that's coming into the game that they sort of talked about a little bit, and they didn't go too much in depth in it, but I want to know more about this because I think this sounds absolutely awesome. And it's called Invasion Mode. In Invasion Mode, you will actually take the role of a demon and you will invade a friend's campaign. It's something that can be turned on or turned off at any time, but I think that's really crazy. You don't really see things like that in the single player aspect of a Doom game or in any first person shooter. Of course, there's going to be online multiplayer and stuff like that, but you don't really see the integration of a single player campaign get these crazy elements. I really am looking forward to seeing how far you can go with Invasion Mode, what sort of demons you can use. If you could use really high powered demons and stuff like that, I think that would be absolutely awesome, just to wreak some chaos in a friend's game. There's also new enemies that are being introduced. They were a bit quiet on it, but they did show off a couple new enemies. I'm definitely curious to see what demons they add to the game, and they're bringing back some old demons that did not appear in the original Doom reboot, so that's pretty cool as well. The melee combat, I think the melee combat looks really good. It looks really smooth and really more refined. I didn't think it was very clunky or anything in the original Doom, but I wish there were more elements that you could do, and it seems like they are expanding on how much sort of elements you can do with the melee combat in the game. And they even teased a sword at the end of the presentation. They didn't say anything about it really, but they showcased this sword that you could potentially use. Kind of reminds me of like an energy sword in Halo, and that's sort of a feeling I sort of get from this game. It definitely has a more old school Halo vibe to it when you look at the gameplay of it, but I think that's a big positive. The game looks super fast, it looks super clean, it looks super fluid, and that's going to be a real drawing factor for people with this game. Now, of course, there are some questions that still remain as far as, you know, what's the actual story about, and of course the online multiplayer. They did not talk about any of the online multiplayer aspects of Doom Eternal, and I think that's pretty cool though. Honestly, they're trying to focus a lot on the single player aspect of the game because I think that was a very important part of the first Doom. So the fact that they focused on the single player aspect, that's fine for my opinion, because I think the multiplayer in Doom Eternal is going to be awesome. You got to remember, the multiplayer in the original Doom was absolutely great. There was so many variations. The fact that, you know, you could get the demon rune and become a demon in the game and then just wreak havoc and stuff like that. That was so much fun. I hope that they bring back the demon rune for Doom Eternal because it really made team deathmatch matches really unique and really fun. And there was always this element of, you know, who's going to get the demon rune and who's going to, you know, use this to their advantage and just wreak havoc. And the fact that you could pick different demons, I hope they expand upon that as well. All in all though, this game looks absolutely fantastic. I have not seen a first-person shooter look this good in a long time, maybe since the original Doom released in 2006 on the PS4. This game, I want to know everything about it. I want to know when it's coming out because that was another thing that they didn't really talk about was the release date of the game. Obviously, it's probably going to be a 2019 release. Will it release at the same time on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch and PC? I think it's safe to say yes. If this game is, you know, obviously using the original Doom engine and just beefing it up and making it more refined. Obviously, that original Doom engine is already running on the Nintendo Switch and running pretty damn well, especially after the latest update from Panic Button. So I think it's safe to say this game will release at the same time on all platforms, but we can't confirm any of that. All we can really confirm though is Doom Eternal looks awesome. This is now one of my most anticipated games of maybe 2019. I think it's safe to say it will release, and I want to see more of it. I want to see the multiplayer aspect. I want to see what sort of environments I'm going into. I want to see more of the gameplay. I want to see what the hell this sword does. Can I chop off individual limbs on these demons and things like that? I want to learn more about Invasion Mode. Bethesda absolutely knocked it out of the park with this reveal of Doom Eternal. No one really expected there to be any sort of gameplay at QuakeCon, but they really showed a ton of gameplay. There's even more gameplay than I'm showing in this video, so make sure you guys go check that out on Bethesda's official YouTube channel. There's about 20-25 minutes of total gameplay, and it all looks absolutely awesome. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think of Doom Eternal. Do you think this is a step in the right direction for the Doom franchise? Do you think it looks better than the original Doom? Because I sure as hell do. And how bad do you want to play this game? I will answer that question for you, not more than I do, because I am the biggest Doom Eternal fan right now on the internet. I'm gonna call it. Thank you guys for for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Let me know what you think of Doom Eternal in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.